Sometimes the material is mixed with significant amounts of blood or other liquids. This makes it harder to make good smears. One problem is that the tissue component is diluted and may get lost in the process. The other problem is that blood, when present, will sooner or later clot and trap the diagnostic component. In order to overcome dilution, I will concentrate the harvest. To combat clotting, it is essential to learn to do both the thin needle aspiration and the smearing quickly. There are several ways to concentrate tissue fragments, and now I will show you how. If there are several slides, make a quick assessment and start working with a slide that shows multiple fragments. If no fragments are visible to the unaided eye, the harvest is probably non-diagnostic, and the repeat thin needle aspiration biopsy may yield better material. Now tilt the slide sideways. This will make the fluid collect along the bottom edge and leave the fragments exposed over the rest of the slide. Keeping the slide tilted, use the short edge of another slide to transport off a few fragments. Replace the bottom slide with a clean one and smear the harvest by putting the slides together at an angle like this. Rotate the top slide until it rests flat on the bottom slide, and then smear, taking care to keep the slides parallel to avoid scraping the harvested cells. The finished smear consists of tissue fragments smeared out in a thin film of fluid that will not interfere with the interpretation. The concentration and smearing may be repeated several times from a single slide. If there are many smears with a lot of material mixed with blood, there will probably not be enough time to smear everything before clotting occurs. Therefore, it is important to pick the most promising material first and make at least 1 or 2 good smears. If the material has already clotted, one may make a few smears and fix them in alcohol for better translucency than air drying. A cell button may also prove productive. Then repeat the thin needle aspiration biopsy, if possible, in a different part of the target where bleeding and clotting has hopefully not already occurred.